Coming into tabletop. And instead of just a little cat-cow, rock from side to side. And as you rock from side to side, move the shoulders so that you can feel some movement up in your upper chest, up in your upper spine, your thoracic spine. As you rock to one side, dip the other elbow so you can really feel some movement through your upper spine. Keeping it going, just warming up through the body. These movements are always a little slow to begin with, and then picking up the pace, just beginning to warm your body up. Adding in any kind of movements that feel good for your spine here. And in 3, 2, 1, find stillness. Take the right hand to the back of the head and lift the right elbow up to the sky. Stretch the right elbow all the way up towards the ceiling, and then tap the right elbow to the left, lift to the sky, tap to the left, lift into the sky, tap to the left. Keeping it going. Beginning to work on that little twist as we open up through the thoracic spine. Halfway there on this side. Taking that right elbow point all the way into your left arm if you can. 10 seconds, we're going to switch sides and take it into the left. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take the right hand to the floor. Place the left hand behind the head, open up the left chest, and then begin to work your left elbow towards your right arm. Big open twist. And really over-exaggerate how much you send your left elbow up to the sky and bring it all the way into your right arm. Twisting through the upper chest, upper spine, keeping it going. Halfway there on this side. Tap the left elbow all the way into that right arm. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, place the left hand to the floor and just begin to take a little sit back in towards the heels of the feet. Slide the hands away from you, rest the forehead towards the mat. Give a little rock here from side to side. Bit of active recovery in this child's pose. Swaying from side to side. From here, beginning to rise up onto the hands, bend the elbows, dip the chest towards the floor, take it back into your child's pose. Sink to the feet, rise through tabletop, sink the heart towards the floor in that little modified chaturanga. And at the same time as you lower towards the ground, pull your belly button all the way up into your spine. Coming all the way back into tabletop. Take the right arm all the way up to the sky. Beginning to thread the right arm to the left, to the sky, to the left, to the sky. Threading the arm through. Adding in that little bit extra twist in the upper chest through the thoracic spine. If you need to modify for your wrists, you could just rest the hand that's on the floor, come onto the elbow if you need to, with the support of a block or two underneath that elbow if you need. Reach and stretch the right arm all the way up to the sky. And begin to see if we can reach the right arm through the left even more. In 5 seconds, We're going to stop and switch the sides. 3, 2, 1. Right hand to the floor, left in the air, thread. Left through right. Thread in that left arm. Moving through the waist. Again, if you need to modify for your wrists, if they become uncomfortable at any time, bring the forearm to the floor, maybe it's 1 or 2 blocks. So you can take any pressure out of the wrist that you might feel here. Reaching those left fingertips high. Halfway there. Twist all the way through the waist. See if your left hand can reach for something a little further over to the right. 15 seconds left. In 10 seconds, we're going to come back into our tabletop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find in tabletop and just have a few of those little rocks from side to side. Maybe it's a forward back rock, a little cat-cow. Just moving the spine around in any which way that feels good for you. A little 30 seconds breather before we move on. Rocking through the body wherever feels good. Come back through center, tabletop. Knee raises to the right. Knee raises right. Lifting those right knees up high, all the way up towards hip height. Keeping it going. Tap the right knee all the way into the left. And as you lift the right knee out to the side, squeeze it up. Maybe as you speed up the movement, maybe as you slow it down. You're halfway there. If the wrists are sore, you can use your blocks underneath those hands if you need, coming onto the elbows and forearms. Keep it going. Maybe as you're beginning to feel that right side, the burn. Lateral knee raises to the right. 10 more seconds. Keep going, lift the knee high in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it to center and switch. Left knee lateral raises. Again, if the hands become uncomfortable, come onto the elbows, supported over blocks. You've still got that little bit of height up away from the mat. Lateral leg raises, left. Squeeze the left knee out to the side. Tap it all the way into the right. Really beginning to work those outer glute muscles as you squeeze the left knee up and out towards the side. Over halfway there. Should be feeling the burn on that left side. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Keep going. Squeeze the left knee up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it all the way back into a child's pose. Take a drink if you need. Shake out the wrists if you need. Feel those hips. Maybe you can begin to feel the burn in and around the outer hips in towards your glutes. And beginning to rise all the way back up into tabletop. Take the right leg right. Take it all the way out to the right. Lift the right leg all the way up towards hip height. And then begin to pulse the right leg. Flex out the foot. Point the right tip toes up to the top edge of the mat. And beginning just to take that little bit of a pulse in the right leg. Think about holding the right leg all the way up in line with your hip. 3, 2, 1. Sweep the right leg out behind you and pulse. Right leg lifts up towards the sky. Engage in those glute muscles. Think about what's happening in your arms and keep pushing the ground away so you stay nice and strong, trying not to collapse into the elbows. 10 seconds left. Squeeze that right glute. Lift the right heel high. Pull the tummy muscle in. 3, 2, 1. Right knee to the floor. Step your left leg left. Lift, left leg. Pulse. 30 seconds pulse here. Left tiptoes point up towards the top edge of the mat. Arms are strong. Keep pushing the ground away. Lifting up the heart, pull the belly button in. 10 seconds here. Then we're going to take that left leg out behind us. Keep going. Pulse. Left leg pulses. 3, 2, 1. Take the left leg out behind you. And lift. Squeeze. Left heel to the sky. Check out what's happening in the arms. Can you lift the heart up away from the floor a little more? Can you pull the belly button in tight? Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit back towards your feet. Give a stretch out here in child's pose. Maybe you want to take a little drink, give the wrists a shake out. Whatever feels right for you. Finding a little bit of movement. And then we're going to set ourselves up in our tabletops. Not tabletops, full planks. Finding your plank. Tiptoes on the floor. Bend the knees, ribs to thighs, plank. 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 If you're needing to give the wrists a little rest, then again, bring the forearms on top of the blocks and you can just bend the knees towards the floor or crunch one knee and then the other. Keep going, halfway there. Planks to ribs to knees. Planks to ribs to knees. Keep going. 15 seconds left. Spring the body forward in your planks. 10 seconds. How many more can you fit in? Should be feeling a little warmer. 3, 2, 1. Lower down into tabletop. Give the wrists a little shake out if they need. Keep the toes tucked and lift and hover the knees off the floor. Hover your tabletop. Hold it there. Press the ground away. Take a deep breath in and take the right leg back to the right elbow. Right leg back to right elbow. Right leg back to right elbow. Hovering your left knee off the floor. Not lifting the left knee so high that you're really far up in the air, but just hovering the left knee about an inch or two off the floor. Keep it going, 20 seconds left. Right knee to elbow, knee to elbow, knee to elbow. 10 seconds. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit back, take a rest, shake out the wrists if you need. 30 seconds just to prepare for the second side. Giving those wrists a little shake out if you need them. Taking drinks. Stand up, walk around. We know what's coming, second side. Beginning to prepare in our planks. Not planks, tabletops. Tiptoes on the floor. Pull the belly in. Take a breath, lift and hover the knees. Lift and hover the knees just a couple of inches off the floor, not too tight, high. Pull the belly in tight. Send the left leg back. Left knee, left elbow. Left knee, left elbow. Left knee, left elbow. Hover in that right knee a couple of inches off the floor, not too high. Keep the arms strong. Keep lifting the heart up away from the floor. If you need that modification because the wrists are a little bit sore, rest the blocks underneath the elbows. Left knee, left elbow. Same movement, but only taking the strain out of the wrists if you need to. Keep it going, 20 seconds left. Squeeze that left leg out, pull it all the way in towards your left elbow. 10 seconds, nearly there. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1. Come back into the center. Tuck the toes. Begin to come back into that hover of the knee. And then we're going to shoulder tap. Right hand, left shoulder, left hand, right shoulder. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder taps. Hovering those knees about an inch off the floor. Pulling the belly muscles in tight. If you need to modify for the wrists, again, use those blocks underneath you. 30 seconds left. Taps. See if you can keep the hips a little stiller here as you move the hands from right to left. Squeeze the belly and squeeze in on the waist. 15 seconds. You're going to get a 30-second rest after this. Shoulder taps. 5 seconds. Squeeze belly in tight. 3, 2, 1. Release. Sit back, take a drink, walk it out, whatever you need. Whew. Maybe there's a little shake out of the legs, if the thighs are feeling it. And we're going to come all the way up into stand. Taking the feet a little bit wider than the hips, toes out, heels in, hands to heart. Malasana squat. Rise to stand, right knee, left elbow. Malasana, left knee, right elbow. Malasana, hands to floor, jump back plank, jump to Malasana. Rise up, opposite knee, opposite elbow, Malasana. Opposite knee, opposite elbow twice, jumps back to plank. Opposite knee, opposite elbow, jump into plank to Malasana. Opposite knee to elbow, Malasana in the middle. Sink down low in your Malasana squats. Beginning to get your heart rate up. Keep it going. 10 seconds. Can you fit in at least one more within that time? Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up to stand. Give the legs a shake. Reach the arms to the sky. Take a breath in. Chair. From chair, hands to the floor. Step the right foot back, left arm twist. Right foot forward, chair. Hands to the floor, right foot back, left arm twist. Right foot forward, chair. Hands to the floor, right foot back, left arm twist. Step forward to chair. Keeping it going. Keeping the bend at all times in your left leg. As you step the right foot back, as you step the right foot forward. Twist. Stepping back in those high lunge strides. Twisting the left arm up to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Take a little 30-second rest here. Walk it out, shake the wrist, shake the legs. 30 seconds, we're coming onto the second side. Catch your breath. Might be feeling it now. Preparing for your chair. Feet together or hips distance apart. I find hips distance apart gives me a little bit more stability. Reach the arms all the way up in the air. Take a stretch. Chair. Hands to floor. Left foot back. Right side twist. Left foot forward. Chair. To the floor. High lunge legs. Twist. To chair. To the floor. Twist. Chair pose. Making sure your chair is nice and deep. Your knees are bent. Your butt sticks out behind you. Twisting the right arm all the way up to the sky. Keeping it going. Halfway there. Left foot steps back. Right knee stays bent at all times. Sink deep in chair. Step back out wide in your high lunge. Twist. 10 seconds left. You've got this. Keep it going. See if you can get at least 1 or 2 more in here. In 3, 2, 1. Rise all the way up to stand. Take a hold of a block. Take it behind the back. Holding onto the block with both hands. Squeeze the arms away from you. Right foot forward, left foot back. Both legs are long. Lift the block away from the spine. Take in a breath. Exhale, dip both knees. Bring the block to the back of the left thigh. Rise up, block moves away. Dip to the floor, block moves away as you rise up. Knee lunges, using those arms, beginning to work on your tricep muscles as you move the block into the spine and away from the spine. Finding a little bit of thigh work here. Hold the tummy in tight. Squeeze in the waist. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Release. Shake it out. Give those arms a little roll. Keep on hold of your blocks. Preparing to move into the second side. Block behind the back. Squeeze the shoulders. The effort here comes of rolling the shoulders back so you open up across the chest. Left foot forward, right foot back. Arms away from the spine. Take a breath. Exhale, dip. Right into the floor. Block comes into the back of the right side. Rise up, block moves away. Dip, block to the body. Rise up, block moves away. Dip to the body, block moves away. How low you dip in the legs is completely up to you. But make the focus be the arms. Working the backs of the arms into the tricep muscles. Open up the shoulders. Squeeze the block away from you. As you move the block away, roll those shoulder blades in towards one another a little more. Seeing how much space you can create between you and the block. 15 seconds. Keep it going. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Walk it out. Give those arms a little shake. Taking a drink if you need. Triceps might already feel like they're burning a little bit. We're going to hold onto our blocks. And we're going to begin to step into warrior 3. With your right foot on the floor, your left leg all the way out behind you. Take the block forward and then pass the block behind your back. Pass it forward, pass it behind the back. Pass it forward, behind the back. Pass the block forward, pass the block behind the back. As you pass the block forward, don't let the hands come down to the ground. Keep the arms up nice and high. As you pass the block behind your back, lift it above your bottom. Hold it there. You might find that you need to bend into your right knee a little. You might occasionally need to bring that left foot onto the floor just for the help with the support here in your warrior 3s. But keep the arms lifted high, not down towards the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch. Left foot to the floor, right leg out behind you. Block forward, take the block behind the back. Pass it forward, behind the back. Pass it forward to the back. Pass it forward to the back. Arms high. Legs are strong. Squeeze in your right glute. Point the right tiptoes towards the floor. Keep breathing. Squeezing the belly into the spine. Squeezing in on the ribs. Passing that block all the way around you. Maybe your arms are beginning to burn a little. Keep it going. You have 20 seconds left. Maybe your right leg can lift a little higher. These last 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Shake it out. Maybe as you bend the knees, sink the elbows into the knees, take a little rock from side to side. Whew. Take a drink if you need. We're going to give our legs a little bit of a rest as we take it to the mat. Coming all the way down onto the floor, and then begin to lie onto your back. Bend the knees, feet to the floor, hands come behind the head. Take the elbows out nice and wide. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, lift the head and shoulders off the floor. Lower to the ground. Lift head and shoulders, lower to the ground. Lift the head and shoulders, lower to the ground. Lift head and shoulders, lower to the ground. As you lift the head and shoulders up off the floor, think about flattening out the spine on the mat. Keeping it going. Lifting head and shoulders. Flatten the mid-spine on the floor. Almost there. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. From here, straighten out the legs. Slide the thumbs underneath your bottom and then lift the head and shoulders off the floor. Holding it there. Take an inhale, lift the feet to the sky. Lower the heels towards the floor, not on the floor. Lift to the sky, lower towards the floor. Keeping the head and shoulders off the mat. Just that little bit of support underneath your bottom with your thumbs. If it becomes too much for your head and shoulders, then do lower them to the floor. As you lower the feet towards the ground, think about your spine flattening out on the mat and see if you can keep connection with the back on the floor at all times. The effort here comes into squeezing the rib cage in and down to the floor. Keep going. Leg raises. Head and shoulders lifted or head and shoulders to the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bend the knees and just let the knees fall. Left to right, right to left. Find a little bit of movement. And then we're going to bring it all the way back into center. Bend the right knee. Bring the right elbow into your right knee. So you want to feel a connection with the elbow against the knee. Take the left arm out behind you. Lift the left foot off the floor and begin to rock. Holding the right elbow into the right knee. As you rock the body forwards and backwards. Push your right elbow into your right knee as much as you can. Like you're holding onto something between that knee for dear life. Rock the body forwards and backwards. The movement doesn't have to be too big, but just enough so you find that little squeeze of your abdominal muscles, holding your right elbow into your left. Keeping it going. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet to the floor, quick stretch out of the arms. Bend left elbow to left knee. Hug them in tight. Feel the push of the elbow point into the knee. Stretch out the right leg, right arm long. Rocks. Forwards, backwards. Keep the left elbow connected to the left knee. Squeeze. Knee to elbow, elbow into knee. Woo-hoo. Hold and that squeeze. If you lose connection, pull it in a little tighter. Use your thighs. Just squeeze and tight. Keeping it going. Keep squeezing, keep rocking. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take the arms out wide, rock the knees from side to side. Woo. Come all the way up to sit. Take your 2 blocks. This is our last one. Take the blocks behind the back. Bend the knees. Take in a breath. Push the hips to the sky. Bend the elbows, butt to the floor. Hips to the sky. Bend the elbows, butt to floor. Lift the hips. Bend the elbows, hips to floor. If you don't have a block, you could use a chair. You could use a bench, whatever you have around you. But make sure you bend those elbows as you dip your bottom to the floor and squeeze your bottom all the way up to the sky. Keeping it going. Drop your bum to the floor, squeeze the hips up to the sky. Each time you lift your hips, see if you can squeeze a little higher. Keeping it going. 15 seconds left. Squeeze. Bend the elbows, squeeze the butt up high. Bend the elbows, squeeze the butt up high. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Give yourself a little hug through the arms. Stretch the arms across the chest as you hug onto opposite shoulders. Take the arms all the way up to the sky. Hug opposite elbows and opposite hands. Sit tall. Releasing the arms, shake out the wrists. And that is you done. 30 minutes, hit. 30 minutes stronger. Thank you all for joining in today.